What's your thoughts on government cover-ups or covert societies attempting to control humanity? Do you believe in ancient astronauts, intergalactic communication, or extraterrestrial visitations? Ever had an experience with disembodied spirits or the paranormal universe? Are these subjects fact or fiction? Each week, Tony and Eddie explore these unbelievable realities and beyond. Exclusively on Truth Be Told.
Welcome back to Truth Be Told, where we believe an experience becomes truth. I'm your host, Tony Sweet, along with world-renowned psychic Eddie Connor.
Hi, everybody. Today, Tony and I invite you to join us for a new segment we're calling The Naughty Psychic Cafe.
Oh, yeah.
With celebrity psychics Jami Gibson and Eli Bae. And also stay tuned for another episode of Unlock the Universe Within, where we'll be sharing the power of having conscious curiosity. First, how about a word from our sponsors, Earth Friendly Products.
For over 40 years, Earth Friendly Products have brought you the greenest home products for all your family needs. Learn more at ecos.com. That's ecos.com.
And Michael Terrell invites you to experience 7 of his amazing new musical tones found to relieve stress, promote healing, break negative cycles, and also to restore sound sleep. You can learn more about Michael at sweetwholetones.com. And now it's time for the Naughty Psychic Cafe with Jami Gibson and Eli Bae.
Jami Gibson is an empathic,
clairsentient, and clairvoyant.
As a psychic intuitive, Jami can see and feel the energies around her clients, which allows her to experience what her clients has gone through, what feelings they are commonly having, and their existing outlook on life. Her psychic gifts also help clients overcome struggles that may be consuming their lives.
I love that. And also, psychic medium and tarot reader Eli Bae comes from a sacred place of having exercised his gifts since childhood. Being an intuitive and a medium is something that has been passed down from generation to generation on both sides of Eli's family. Now, he shares messages that come to him and through him with others, and in turn, those intuitive messages have come back to Eli and have been validated as truths for him many times over. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, please welcome to the Naughty Psychic Cafe our celebrity psychics, psychic medium, tarot reader Eli Bae, and our psychic intuitive Miss Jami Gibson.
That's right, the Naughty Cafe. Everybody take your clothes off.
Oh.
No.
Not that naughty.
Oh, okay.
Not that pretty.
All right, Eddie, get us started.
So first of all, what makes you naughty? That you can actually say on the air.
This is what he asked on his first
We already
date.
said that before we got on the air.
Yeah, but not for the audience.
Oh.
Yeah. Baron chicka bam bam.
What makes me...
I
you
know-
have to clarify what you want
Okay,
from here.
your humor, first of all. You both have a
Yes.
really good sense of humor. And I find that you have to have a good sense of humor in this line of work because a lot of people get stuck in their muck.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
And so I know Jami has an irreverent sense of humor.
And I'm told to soften it, soften it.
Yeah, who tells you to soften it, soften it?
Somebody to my left. Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
To the left, to the left. I could go all the way back around the room to you. Okay.
I don't say soften it. I don't think I... whatever.
Yeah, no, seriously, soften it. And Ellie.
Oh, here we go.
Eli.
Eli.
So
It'll
what
be
makes
that
you
kind of
naughty?
I believe my ability to just speak bluntly, it shocks
Yes.
people.
He's blunt.
So I'm deeply blunt.
But it's good.
But it's refreshing because I feel like so many people keep that in. And so, yeah, just I like watching people's faces like, oh my God, you said that. But it's just, if you're telling the truth, you can't go away from it, you know? So it's,
Now, for some reason, now I want him to just give me a blunt something just to be like, whoa.
Speaking of naughty, give me a blunt something.
Be careful what you ask for.
I know, right?
Objects, yes.
Yeah. Across the table.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
So when did you both become very intuitive? And we heard in your bios that growing up you've always been intuitive. But when did you step out on a limb and start doing it full time?
Oh,
Ladies
me?
first.
Oh,
Eli.
about yeah. I was in my 30s about 20 years ago before I actually started embracing it. I always thought I was just really good at reading people, like, human behavior, but apparently I was reading people. And then, with his push, I just started doing it for real.
It was a soft push.
Yeah, very soft.
Yeah, and we met actually doing, what was it, an angel workshop or a
No,
psychic
it was creating
workshop?
miracles. I was just
Look at us now.
I
Not
know.
a good advertisement.
I was just separated from my now ex-husband and just found you on what was it?
It was the Learning Annex.
The Learning Annex, doing a class on creating miracles in your life.
Oh,
Yes,
nice.
and that was like literally
That was
20 years ago.
Yeah, at
Nin-
least.
The very top of 1996. Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh,
and we've been
that's
connected ever
when I
since.
started.
Yeah.
And how about you?
Well, I came from a family. My mom was psychically gifted, so was my father. So I always said that I was like the black version of Tabitha from Bewitched. So that was.
That's hilarious.
So, growing
Oh,
up, that's just
God.
what I would do. My sister, my brothers, everyone else they're very gifted as well. I felt like I always got the short end of the deal because if I dreamed that someone was going to pass away, they would.
Yeah.
If my sister would dream that someone was pregnant, they were pregnant. So she got life, I got death. That's the way that kind of went down.
That is
So-
fascinating.
But I started professionally back in 1996 as well. That's why I was like, oh, wow.
Hey, there you
But
go. That
I
was a
started
big
with,
year.
it was a Psychic Friends back in the day.
Oh,
So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, Linda
Yeah.
Georgian.
All of them. Yeah.
But I got a reading from Linda.
Mm.
Yeah, she was getting ready to leave on a trip, and she was packing.
Oh.
Oh,
Yeah,
Sort of
that's
happened.
hilarious.
putting on
Yes.
pantyhose and everything. I'm complete. She really was.
Yeah.
It was a good reading, though. I'd never had a reading with somebody who was packing to fly out somewhere else and talk to Dionne Warwick on network
Just do
television, I
another
reckon.
television, yeah.
Hmm. So how do you two like to do your sessions? Like, let's say you're doing your magic, you're doing your readings, you're getting set up. What is your specialty? What is you like the most? What is it that you like to do the most before we start taking calls for you?
My preference is to do readings where the person is really truly open
Oh, yeah.
to hearing the messages and just helping them. I get a lot of calls on business and also romance.
Business
So-
and romance. Well, there's a
Mhm.
lot of business and romance,
I
child,
know. Yeah.
as
so,
it were.
Yeah, I just, put my crystal in my hand and just talk.
Say that again.
Yes.
Eli, how about you?
For myself, I love to. For me, sometimes I feel like I'm not working until someone calls in with a deceased loved one, and then I can actually tap into that. But for the most part, I end up doing relationships and relationship blockages, which is what people have.
Yeah.
Most of the time, we weren't born to be great communicators, so I love communications. It's my sort of
Yeah.
thing. So it's just that thing where I love to read for people in relationships and deceased loved ones who have come through. So what I tell everyone is I can't promise you that your deceased loved one is going to show up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But, sometimes it's your neighbor down the street that you played with as a kid. It may not be your mom and dad who you were looking for, but I can't help that.
Yeah.
So-
that is so fascinating. And
It's
some
true.
people who don't do this work, they don't believe that. They don't understand it, for starters. And then if you tell them, they still kind of don't want to hear that. They want who they want. And what they want is they want to hear one word or one memory that lasted probably 7 seconds of their lifetime.
Right.
And you can give them 35,496.2, okay? Specific things that give them proof that it's that person. But then if they'll turn around and go, no, she would have mentioned the pink beret that I wore when I was 7.
Right.
Like, really? Did she also stab you in the neck with it? Because
Right.
I'm going to. With love and light.
Well, love and light, absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. So, do you guys have a question to launch?
Little snort there.
A little snort. It was okay. It was a
I
very
know, I was like,
masculine
where did
snort.
that come from?
Chrissy
Jacob.
Snow.
Ah.
Chrissy Snow.
Yeah.
Are you a snorter too?
Very good.
That
I looked
sounds
how you looked approving at your boss like,
And I was like,
no.
That sounds wrong on radio, I'm sure.
Oh, that's actually too. Hey, everybody, there's Coke in the refrigerator.
Yeah, so are you smoking? Are you snorting right now?
Yep. So who wants to go first before the calls start coming in? Who wants to go first?
I think Jacob should.
Have you ever had a reading?
He's
I have not.
so that's the
First
virgin.
reading ever, yeah.
Oh.
Virgin. Oh my
Virgins are
god.
fun.
He fixed his hair and everything. He's ready. Did you brush your teeth?
I did.
It's okay. You'll be facing the wall.
All right.
He's all right.
Don't argue with me.
Just tell me what to do.
Yeah. So whenever I do readings, I like to get birth name and birth date information. What do you guys like to give?
I normally do the same.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I normally just ask for first name and any names of the people you're asking about and your questions.
And a fabric swatch of your
course.
underwear.
Okay.
Yeah, questions are
Cotton.
fine. So
Well, he's good. He's easy.
Okay. So I just tell you guys my name, or okay. So my name is Jacob Cabral, and my birthday is February 7th, 1993.
Hate him.
And your question?
Oh, my question.
Concern area of
Anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your question?
Just in general.
can I just say something before you start?
Yeah.
The
Very
energy
good.
that I was getting,
He's good.
it was
Okay.
just what I got from you was this sense of, being creative, but also a person who, you're unapologetic about things that you were absolutely sure about, and you absolutely stand your ground with that. Now, this is not to make fun of you, but it's just to say
No worries.
they
He's
just
blunt.
said to basically watch your ego with people, because sometimes that could actually make them feel lesser than. And that's not your point, because your intention is normally coming from love and peace and kindness, and that's who you are. But when you're so certain about something, just take a beat before you deliver the news, because it's like so many people could be crushed by, oh, wow, you just, read me, because you're deeply intuitive also. You did that as a child growing up. You tapped into things, but you kind of just wrote it off as like, oh, you know, I just think it's something, but, but it actually was something, and it would turn out exactly the way you thought.
Yeah.
So, that's, but go ahead.
Okay. No.
So
That was a good.
Go ahead.
Yeah, that was
So
good.
Because there's
Good
nothing left for me.
explanation of me. Yeah.
yeah.
Well, basically, I just want to know, like, for where I'm at right now, like, just overall in general, I just want to know, like, within this coming year, will I advance with where I feel like I should be and where I want to be?
Now, well, did you want to?
I mean, the first thing I'm hearing, I think that you've got a really clear idea of what you want, but I feel like you haven't really bought it yet. You know, like you haven't got a real clear intention with it. So you're getting kind of mixed signals when you're doing things, because you are making good steps, but then it's kind of like it's not like you hit a wall, but you just kind of like just missed something because your intention isn't so sharp like you need it to be.
Yeah.
And I'm going to add to that, the fact that you are naturally creative, it's coming from an innovative place. So when people are being innovative, sometimes you are the only lone wolf in the room to get things across. So people aren't going to quite understand you, even as you're trying to figure yourself out.
Yeah.
It's like when you take people like Prince and James Brown and things like that, they, were the first ones to be screaming and doing that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So they stood out that way. But the same applies with you, where it's like, you have these ideas that are very innovative, and they're going to change the thoughts of people in the way that you're going to do things. So you just have to be very clear, like, okay, I stand alone, but I'm actually supported in it.
Oh, okay.
You have to buy into it.
Yeah.
Because you're doubting it too much because it's not the norm.
It isn't. Yeah.
And that's just the way it's going to be for you.
Yeah.
It's not going to be the norm anytime in your life. Not to be,
No, yeah.
it's
no,
a good
yeah.
thing. That's a
I
good
agree,
thing.
Yeah.
That's a good thing, but you have to trust that and just let it go.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Sorry.
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, because I am very indecisive with like anything that I do. I just like, I'll really want to do something, but I'll have to have like the reassurance from at least one person, just so I know that like, is it right?
See,
you
no,
know?
you don't.
You
No,
don't
you
know.
don't.
You
And
don't-
if you hit something,
Yeah.
if you hit that bump or something, it's like, oh, okay, I'm supposed to turn left, and you just do it. You know, just get up and do it.
And that's what I was bringing up in the beginning, because it's like when there are things that you are willing to fight for, you won't back down. So why are you backing down to what is the truth for you?
Yeah.
And doubting that part, And don't confuse your needing the approval of people or hoping that people latch onto it to being indecisive or indecision. You know what I mean? It's like it's you want the approval, you want the applause, but it's like, oh,
there's no guarantees.
No guarantee that's going to come all the time. But I saw you as being very solid in your path, and stop worrying about the money comes up with you where it's like, oh, I worry about that, and what am I going to do next?
And that gets in your way.
It does get in
really
your way,
gets in your way.
You know, so it's like, please stop doing that.
Yeah.
And so, and they said something about law or legal, like consulting with somebody. If you want to consult with someone as you're doing like business plans or branching out doing things, just check in with a lawyer, paralegal, something like that for yourself.
Okay.
Because that popped in as well, where it's like,
kind of, yeah.
Yeah. Something like that. It just popped in. It was like law. So I was like, okay.
Sometimes things come to us that don't make sense to you right
It'll
now.
make sense,
But it could make sense to you a year from now, believe it or not. So
for sure.
we just throw things out.
Or a
as
day
they come
from
in.
now, yeah.
I mean, you never know.
But it was something about protecting yourself. So just sort of asking the question, getting things clear before you move ahead about something.
Having things secure.
Especially when you're,
That's excellent.
So-
Thank you for sharing that. And we have a caller. And if you want to call and get a mini reading, you can give us a call at 323-284-7826. That's 323-284-7826. We're here with Jami Gibson, and we're here with Eli Bae. And who do we have on the call?
Hi, my name is Sherry.
Hi, Sherry.
Hi.
Do you feel comfortable giving us your birthday without the year, Sherry?
Sure. September 2nd.
Okay, September the 2nd. Your name is Sherry. And Sherry, what's your specific question, focus, or concern today?
I'm concerned about my future, my upcoming future, if I need to change things the way they are, or if things will get better if I do make my change that I'm considering.
Can I point out something? You used to be very
It's been in a relationship. I mean, I'm in a relationship that's not very good.
I know. It's with the person who's deeply stubborn and they just don't listen, usually.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah. And then it's like there's just this sense of, it's almost like they are concrete on absolutely being right all the time. Now, they're pointing something out to me about how impulsive you used to be as a kid, but as you got older, you pulled away from doing that. And they're screaming at me to say, please do that again.
Be impulsive again.
Be impulsive again.
Be a kid again.
Be a kid again.
Because your first instinct is usually right.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those, your changes, you're worried about that, but that's something that you used to not think about. You used to just say, I'll move to New York for no reason.
Yeah.
You know, so, and wouldn't think about that. So now is the time to just basically jump and go for it. Pick up that impulse again.
Yeah, this is the year for it, is what I'm getting. This is a year of a lot of changes for you, of like actually getting back and connecting with yourself, because you've been letting everybody around you determine who you are in many ways, because you hold your decisions based on what you think other people are going to think about it. And what I'm getting is this year you're supposed to get back to who you are. And so this relationship, if it's run its course for you, honey, you got to follow what feels good to you.
The other part to that is I felt like you're very empathic. You feel the emotions of people around you normally. Is that correct? You tend to do that because that's what pops in with me. And you have a feeling of, oh, is this person going to be hurt? Or, this is what I'm going to do. I'll back away. So my thing is, remember, relationships are a two-way street. You can't have everyone to dump on you and take the brunt of everything for everyone else just because you're trying to protect people. So you have to speak up for yourself in this. It's not the right thing for you to continue to do with somebody who just doesn't have any flexibility to move on. And so I can't tell you to leave or go, but it's up to you.
But I'll tell you something really quick, Sherry, before we have to pick up the next caller, and that is you have an enormous amount of common sense, and you're always so shocked at people who don't have that. and you have a great sense about you, like both of our psychics have told you. So trust that gut instinct and try not to get too miffed by people who don't know their ass from their elbow. and keep moving it.
I know a lot of those people.
Yeah, I know. But just keep holding the vision of what you want, what you like, where you're going. And I think that's great advice from you guys. Thank you, Sherry, for calling in. We have another caller.
Thank you.
Have a good
All right,
day.
you have a great day. Bye-bye.
It's pretty great that people are getting 3 psychics in one.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I know. That's a dream to me.
In case you were trying to call, we didn't get to your call. Make sure you call in at 323-284-7826. We would love to hear from you, and we got the call.
Oh, perfect.
Right. Perfect timing. All right, you're live on the air. Who is this calling, and what's your question for our in-house psychics tonight?
Yay.
Yay.
Hi there. This is Sherita Starr.
Hi, Sherita.
And I just want them to tell me whatever they need. Do I need a specific question, or do they just kind of pick?
A specific question helps just a little bit, and
Especially on timing right now.
Yeah,
timing,
because it's
ready.
really. There are many readings, Sherita. So, what's your birthday?
I am 7/27, 1971.
Beautiful. And then your specific area or question would be?
What do they see happening for me career-wise?
Beautiful.
We'll go with career.
Career.
Okay.
Thank you, Sherita. Okay.
You're welcome.
That's my mom's birthday.
Wow. So take it away.
I have to kind of get
So,
centered here a
yeah,
second because
there
I was
you go.
surprised to hear that date.
So,
Career. What I'm picking up is there's changes for you in career. I feel like you're probably still going to be working in a similar field, definitely, but I think it might be in a different capacity with a different employer. They're showing me that in, I think, August, September, maybe, early fall, it feels like there's going to be a shift in that, and with that's going to come more eyeballs on you, which is a good thing, which is what you're wanting.
you get bored easily with doing things, don't you? You don't like to keep doing the same thing over and
Okay.
over again.
I'm not employed, so I'm wondering how you see that happening then.
You're going to be.
I work for myself.
You're going to. They're just
Oh,
showing
then
me.
you're employed, girl, if you work for
Yeah.
yourself.
and maybe you're.
Well, yes, I'm employed, but not an employer. I guess
Right.
I'm my own employer, yes.
But
you're correct.
it could very well be that you've got a big client that's coming in that you haven't had that's going to be bringing that kind of recognition and money to you that would be in a traditional
Gotcha.
job, traditional employer situation.
Yeah, all I keep getting from her is just I need stimulation. You just need to add something new onto what you're doing to just break it up a little bit so it'll feel like something new for you. Because if you get too bored too easily, you basically want to fly from your own gig, and that's what you're doing.
Yeah,
So-
and I have a question for you, Sherita, because you have a really good energy. Do you find sometimes when you're doing what you're currently doing for a living as an independent contractor, do you find that sometimes you feel like you're just treading water a little bit, then you'll have a break, and then you'll tread water, then you'll have a break?
Yes, I have Uranus in my second house along with the moon, and I know you understand what that means. So, yes,
Yeah.
my money fluctuates.
So
It can fluctuate.
And I wrote down surprising money, and I put 2 big lumps of money coming your way. And I agree with what both of the intuitives are saying here, because you will have like either a client that you've always had that comes in and they'll bring somebody with them. So it'll be a double bang for the buck, or you'll work less, you'll make more. And there is a trip coming up for you that will be indirectly associated with what you do for a living. So you might get to go somewhere and travel for pleasure, and then you can write it off as a tax write-off. Okay, girl, if you just like do one.
Well, I'm doing that in 1 week. I'm doing a road tour for 3 weeks. So I don't know if that is the one you see like in a week from now, or you mean one later in the year?
No.
it's
That I
now.
fly
It's
somewhere.
now.
Yeah, coming
It's
up now.
absolutely now.
Yeah, look at you, Sherita.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
yeah. I'm doing that. You got that one right.
She's like,
Girl.
I want to know if I'm
Oh.
flying somewhere to get paid.
It depends on who you're flying with.
way.
That's right.
I feel like you will, but that's further into the fall. That's sometime at the end of October, and then it's between October and January.
Good.
So that's
good.
shifting for
Yeah,
you.
that's when I was
So,
planning on it.
yeah,
Okay, good.
that's
Oh,
why-
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got to work it around my parents visiting me in the fall, but yeah, I was thinking like either late October
Yeah,
or
October
early
is the time. October
early
can-
November, somewhere around there, to like get on a jet plane and do some things West Coast, Hawaii area.
Just to be very clear with you, it felt like October would be the better time because you have more business opportunities that are coming up between November through January. So you're going to be super busy
Okay.
after that. So October would be your best time.
Okay.
All
Good
right.
energy. You have really good energy.
Yeah,
Thank you,
this is
Sherita.
really-
We
Thank you,
appreciate
Sherita.
it.
Sherita.
Oh, well, thank you guys. You guys are awesome. Love your show. When I am free on a Friday, I'm always listening. Love you guys.
Oh,
Thank you
thank
so
you. We
much.
appreciate that.
All right. Have a good weekend.
All right, if you're just tuning in,
You
you're,
too, guys. All
You
right.
too.
Much
Have a good-
gratitude.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you too.
Thank you.
If you're just tuning in, you're listening to On Air with Tony Sweets. Truth Be Told show today, we're doing a segment called the Naughty Psychics Cafe. I'm Eddie Connor.
I'm Tony Sweet.
Naughty.
I'm Jami Gibson.
I'm Eli Bae.
And I'm Jacob Cabral.
And if you want to get a mini psychic reading from our experts here, our celebrity psychics, please give us a call at 323-284-7826. The number's on the screen. Again, that's 323-284-7826. And, okay, I want to ask a question while we're waiting on a call.
Oh,
Uh-oh.
Will I do TV this year? My name is Dwayne Eddie Connor, and I was born April 8th, 1982.
Oh.
61.
Well, I thought it was
61.
42.
5 days ahead of me. You're old.
Yeah, that would make you 29 and 5 days younger than me.
Okay. All right. I'll take it. Will you do TV this year?
Yes, and when a call pops up, just holler, Tony,
I
and we'll
will
go
do.
straight to them.
Yeah. Yes.
yes.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
October, I
Yeah.
think.
Oh,
Yeah.
yay.
It could be a little bit early, like September. September going.
I'm
into
getting
October.
I know this sounds weird. Sometimes numbers come and I
It's just like
can't.
that's what
It's
it
like
is, yeah.
I'm seeing like October 3, 4, 5, 6.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Wow.
the kind of timing
October
that they're
3,
showing.
4, 5, 6. Okay.
Somewhere in that.
So maybe tying
area.
up the loose ends or whatever in September because that's where the energy was. It's just
Yeah.
like a
Yeah,
little bit.
but you
yeah,
know
that's what
timing.
that-
I mean,
yeah.
you know timing
The
is
timing,
fluid, so
yes.
we could be exactly right.
Sure,
It's
yeah.
just I'm a little tweaked on it or something. I
Yeah.
don't know, but
I
it's
like that.
it's the same time basically.
Oh, Hercules, Hercules, Hercules.
Yes.
It's the
Thank
first
you.
one of 3.
I like that.
Well, then I have a question. You know, yesterday, Mercury retrograde ended.
Yay.
Yeah, it's still
They're
kind
still
of
there.
they're
They're
still
still shell
shadow
shocked.
phase.
Yes,
still
hello.
it's still brass. yeah.
So
Does that affect?
Yes.
Okay.
yeah, it does.
No.
But
Go ahead.
does that enhance or decrease your ability as a psychic during the Mercury retrograde or no?
No,
No.
it just changes the type of clients you get.
Oh, it
It
does.
does.
Mhm.
And I just say you have to just be a little bit extra careful in your communication with them so that they get the
Mhm.
message correctly.
Mm-hmm.
Because you'll find sometimes it's
Yeah.
like, oh, what? And yeah.
You
So-
also want to be careful I also have to be careful what I'm going through, because if I'm going through a particularly tough time, I'm going to get those people coming to me too.
Yeah.
And it's just like, oh God, please make it stop.
that's one of the.
It's true though. You got to kind of keep that separate
It's the truth.
energy. Yeah.
I believe it's one of those things that people don't know about with psychic readings. Like the more you could be going through something
Yeah.
personally. Like when my father passed, I actually had more callers and more readers for people whose father had just passed.
Mhm.
So it just sort of happens that way.
Or
so
people are
you're-
calling about someone with the same name of who you're
of
dealing
who you're
with.
dealing with. Yes.
Or same
Wow.
situations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it can
Mhm.
be as small as literally you're having car issues,
Yeah.
and everybody that week will have car issues.
issues.
When you're over that, and then you're having a little fear about money, then everybody's got
Uh-huh.
money issues, and it's mirrored back to us, so we can learn from it too.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
a lot of the messages that are coming through for the client is meant for me too.
Yeah.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, most of the time, Mercury retrograde is always technical, owning
No.
and this type of. But for me,
Mm.
this time
Oh.
around, it's miscommunication was
That's what
bad.
it's big. That-
Oh, it's a kick in the
That's-
head by
Yeah.
a ball,
And that's
and
wh-
yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's why the calls that you get or the clients you get, it's
Mhm.
90% of it is communication issues
and
and fighting, and I'm breaking up and da da. And like, give it a couple
Yeah.
weeks before you decide to break up.
yeah,
Right.
and full moon stuff on top of it.
Yeah.
What I find with certain people who break up and they're like, I'm going to leave now. And I'm like, well, you'll get back together because you still have unfinished business to take care of. So
Yeah.
it's not a time to break up or do,
Yeah.
anything solid.
Right.
It's
Yeah. Don't
What-
make any big decisions.
the one thing I say about Mercury retrograde that most people don't point out is that it is a time to complete things that you had
That's
started
what I was
on.
going to say too. Yeah.
So
Okay.
if you've started on something,
that.
go ahead and complete it,
Yeah.
but don't start anything new.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Because yeah,
Just-
it's a good time if you are letting go of some things. do it during that time because it's lined up really well for you. It's a completion, just like you said. Yeah.
Okay, I want to take advantage a little bit. I've asked before. I own Universal Broadcasting Network, and we're going 2.5 years into existence, and it's it's going. I know it's hard to believe, and it's going well. But I want to see the next stage, the next step up. What do you guys see for the company as a whole, and the next phase of you being in?
And before you answer that, anyone who wants to get an intuitive reading with our celebrity psychics today, you can give us a call at 323-284-7826. That's 323-284-7826. And you're listening right now with Truth Be Told, the Naughty Psychic Cafe with Eli Bae and Jami Gibson.
Okay.
Oh, I just wanted to say, I kind of, you know how The View goes through different show hosts, co-hosts? Right. Yeah. So it's going to sort of feel like that is what I felt. Like you're going to go through a different transition for the remainder of the year. And then I felt like it really was, it's almost like this time next year where you're like, okay, I found my footing again. Here I am. And it's been a fun little ride. But it's a learning lesson for you. They're telling you to be a little bit more impulsive, but to also trust yourself and stop worrying. Because you're like, oh, this and that, and you kind of sit and sulk in that, and you need to release that. So
I do.
Yeah. So
that's good.
Yeah, but it's gonna go. They showed me the picture of The View, where it was like, oh, it's gonna be like
Whoopi?
Like we'll just
You're Barbara.
Hey,
revolving.
that's
Now you
okay.
got Raven Simone.
A revolving door of different things is what I saw, but it actually pans out by this time next year.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
So.
I'm getting there's something in the spring. I think April that feels like there's another shift or turn.
Yeah.
And it's not bad, but I think you may feel like the world is crashing when it comes, but it's not. It's really not. It's just it's a shake-up. It's kind of like, in a tarot deck, it's like the tower. You just see it crumbling, but it's for the better thing to come up. So don't let yourself get wigged out. Okay, just kind of ride the waves with it.
And no matter what anybody says to you or what that may be, because sometimes you'll take that on, you'll hear it, and you're like, oh, how do I please? What do I do? And it's like it's going to blow up in your face if you're trying to people please.
Yeah.
This is actually a time for you to please yourself more.
Take the leader role.
So, yeah.
And what does that look like, him pleasing himself? Can you tell us, Eli?
It's the Naughty Cafe.
I know. With my remote viewing,
Do you ever see the naughty stuff?
I have seen naughty things that I didn't want to see.
They always tell me that. They won't show me. They'll allude to it,
I'll see
but I
them
won't
sometimes.
see
But it depends on the person. If I had like Mother Teresa sitting there, I'm not going to see a penis.
Well, I can tell this story that, it's like when I started doing readings years ago, back in the 90s. I could tell it now because it's so long ago.
And hold that story
Oh,
because
okay,
we have a
okay.
caller
Go.
on the... Welcome to the Naughty Psychic Cafe. Who do we have on the line?
Hey, this is Jody McBrayer. How are you guys?
Jody.
Hi, Jody.
I've been listening to the show tonight in New York City, and I wanted to call in.
Hey, New York.
Okay, Jody, when's your birthday?
Tell us the truth on that.
It's June 25th, 1970.
Oh, you're not a
happy
Gemini,
birthday.
but you're right on the cusp.
She's right on the cusp.
Birthday's
Your many
coming.
personalities and many mood swings.
And I've met him. Okay, so what's your question, Jody, for Eli and Jami today?
Oh, gosh, there's so many questions. I mean,
Just one.
I sort of just want to have an idea. I'm sort of at a turning point in my life right now. A lot of exciting things are happening. I had a big meeting actually today here in New York about some things musically. I'm a musician. I just want to know. I want to know what direction I'm supposed to go. I want to know if I'm supposed to go into being more of an artist sort of thing, or if I need to. I also have a group thing I'm working on. There's just a lot of things going on. I just need some direction.
You were born to be an artist, and I just have to say there's like this little, I remember hearing a story years ago where a woman she just wanted to paint dishes. That's all she wanted to do. And then when she got into the business side of it, it sort of killed her artistic quality. So my thing with you is please don't overanalyze the business side of what you're working on. You were definitely born to be an artist. There are people who were born to be business people who can take care of that aspect for you, but you are truly an artist just from nature. You're a feeler, a communicator, you're an expresser. That's just who you are. So
That makes sense, because I was getting pictures of like the Jenga game and ice cubes and all of this stuff, and that makes sense then, because what I'm seeing is with that kind of an image, it's showing you've been way too structured and you're trying to make the tower not fall over by analyzing it too much. So they're saying to just kind of like, do things your way. Do things your way, because even though it may look out of the box, it's going to be the right way.
But don't overanalyze them.
Don't overanalyze. No.
Because you're like,
That's why I'm saying do it your way,
yeah.
because that's the overanalyzing, I think, comes in because you're trying to fit your way into everybody else's way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're trying to fit your way into everybody else's way, and then you'll turn around and do the exact opposite of it. And so, but you've got this. It doesn't. I'm going to be blunt. Oh, may I?
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
And so,
Shocker.
there's no way. Bitch, you don't know me.
I do, and it fits.
It did fit, didn't it?
Yes.
Okay. Don't wreck my flow. There's nothing you can do, Jody, honestly and truly, and you guys can disagree with me if you feel this is the opposite. There's nothing you can do that's going to F up you being a performer, an entertainer, a star, an artist. There's nothing you can do to mess it up. I do think it's going to come in different ways than you had originally pictured it at this point moving forward. I don't feel any desperation in you like a lot of people would feel in a position that you're in right now, but you're going to be out there entertaining as the artist, as the performer. I don't care what you do to F it up. You're not going to F it up, but you're destined to be in the spotlight is what I'm trying to say, and it's going to come. It just is.
And I don't know why, but they keep bringing up food to me. Are you like some sort of stress?
Foodie?
Yeah, like a stress eater when things go down?
Yes, I am a stress eater.
It's like put the plate down, put the fork down.
Paint the plate and keep moving forward.
Yes, because I just saw you picking out, and it was like there was no reason for it. It was all stress. You're trying to cover something up, and that's a time when you should be expressive.
That's what the analyzing.
Is. And that's a time when you should be more expressive, and you're like, if I'm mad and going through this, as a musician, let me use this energy to create instead of eating. Even though it's good.
And when you do that, because I do that too, I'm a stress eater. So what do you reach out for first? Is it salty? Is it crunchy? Is it sweet? What is it?
Whatever's
good.
It's always sweet. It's like it's a peanut butter cookie or a donut. Those are the things that I reach out for.
Hell yeah.
It's
good. Good. You have
Did
good
you hear
taste,
us?
Jody.
We're like, whatever close.
Whatever's close.
Oh,
it's good.
yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
That's why I keep my puppy in a bag next to me at all times. Hey, Jody, thank you, and good luck. Good luck,
Jody.
Thanks, Jody.
Thanks, you guys. It's awesome. Have a great night.
You
Have a
too.
good night. Bye-bye.
That was so sweet of him to call in.
Yeah.
From New York City.
Get a
New
rope.
York City.
Get a rope. We'll leave the light on for you. So you were telling us a naughty story before we went to break
I was.
about visualizing penises or something.
Well, about visualizing things with people visualizing things with people in relationships. A woman had called me, and she was asking if she was asking if her husband was cheating with the dominatrix. Now, the funny thing about this was, I was like, "But did you ever tell him that you were one?" And so,
how funny.
because I saw her beating
Hilarious.
people, tying people up, and she's like, "No, I never expressed that to him." And I'm like, technically speaking, you have a match made in heaven if you just tell the truth.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Look at his face.
It's on camera.
That's 50 Shades of Eli.
Yes, sir, you're 50 Shades of Nasty. That's just that's what that was. But she was a kindergarten teacher. That's what blew me away as well. But it was just like, you never know who's doing
I thought
what.
you were saying Sunday school teacher, same thing.
Same thing. Still working around kids, and she was like, but
That's
it's like
Jesus. That's an old somebody else's joke. I was just piggybacking on that. Why are you looking at me like that? Don't judge me. I'm just picking up on the naughty psychics.
I could see you as a little kid. Jeez.
Yeah, the receiving end of that. Turned out my grandma was a dominatrix too.
wow. Yeah, things happen.
Yeah. Here, wear this inside of you.
Wow.
Oh.
No, but sometimes I'll see stuff like, stuff. But it just depends on who it is. Now, if it's somebody who's super open or I read for lots of people who work in all kinds of industries out here where
Oh, yeah.
there's a lot of
Different things.
yes,
Particularly
so-
Van Nuys and Santa Monica.
Yeah.
yeah. Well, anywhere in the San Fernando Valley.
San Fernando Valley.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but because they're so open and liberal with what they're doing with their bodies, it just naturally comes up. So,
Definitely.
yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Why are you staring at me
And
like?
do with that what you will.
Yes.
You know, it's like
that's right.
that's
I love that. What's the best reading experience you've ever had?
oh. You want to go? Or you're
No,
just like,
I don't know.
I have so many.
I mean, I don't. I know I've been doing so many readings that they all blend together sometimes.
They do.
After,
Yeah.
so
One of the ones I did was I had a woman who kept thinking that she was going crazy because her car alarm kept going off and the horn of her car kept honking in the garage for no reason. And so and I kept getting this name. I can't say what it is, but I kept getting this name, and I told her, I was like, this is a name I'm getting, and I feel like it's a dad. And I feel like there was something about him being estranged from you in life, so he wants to be there now. And he's just letting you know, I'm still here with you. So that's his little way of doing that. And so, as it turned out, she had just met her father for the first time 6 months before he passed away.
Oh.
And the thing about the story was her mother had never told the father that she was pregnant with her. So when he found out that he had a daughter, he loved being a father to all the rest of his kids. And he was always very strong in their lives. So he wanted to make sure, I got you too. I'm with you too. So, yeah, that stood out.
I love that.
That's
I like,
good.
for me, it's like, because I'm still trying to hone in my mediumship skills.
Mm-hmm.
When I get a non-physical being that is a loved one in spirit and they're giving, I always ask for specific, detailed information and inspiration
Yes.
for the person in front of me. And so when they come in like gangbusters and I can hear them and see them like an FM radio station instead of a staticky ass AM radio station taped to the back of a donkey's ass going through the desert,
Yeah.
that I'm in love with that. And I want more and more of that.
That's when I feel like I'm working. Whenever those
Yes.
moments happen where I'm
Yeah.
like, no offense to people who call for relationships, but it's
Yeah.
like when I can read for your deceased loved one who is really connecting with you, because sometimes we just don't get the chance to say goodbye or
Yeah.
connect with that. And just that little tidbit is more than enough for a person to feel like I have closure. So it's great to do that.
Yeah. I love doing readings with people who are just finding out that they've got abilities.
Oh, intuitive
Yeah.
abilities.
Intuitive
Yeah,
ability.
especially other empathics, because empathic is tough.
Yeah.
It's a
God.
tough thing to feel.
I didn't know what even an empath was until I met Betty.
It can
and
be
then,
tough until you learn
Oh,
how
I-
to kind
I-
of take care. Because they're back in the day, I could go
Yeah.
into a store and want to cut my wrist just because of
That was
whoever
me.
was
Just
in there.
feeling
Not
everything.
because I was mad at somebody.
Yeah.
I picked it up. So
Yeah.
That's
Unlike
why I
that when
stayed
they have
at-
fluorescent bulbs.
That's why I stayed alone a lot because when I was around a group
Oh,
of
me
people
too.
or just certain people, I would just get so depressed, and I'm like, I don't
yeah,
understand.
no, I
this.
still isolate
Yeah.
a lot. I still
Definitely.
isolate quite
Yeah.
a bit. And I have
Yeah,
friends call and say, "Get out of the house."
Yeah. Softly.
You're not the only one.
You have friends?
Yeah,
I
some
thought I
I've
was
had
the
for
only
40 years.
Really?
Really?
Oh, John.
Yes.
So what's your biggest thing about intuitives, Tony? Meaning, what I'm getting at is when you first started getting readings. That's why I love doing this. What was the thing that you learned as a result of getting readings from intuitives? Meaning they're not all mind readers.
Right. Well, I started back in my 20s in Wichita when I lived in Wichita, Kansas, and I was, we're all curious on what our direction. That's
Yes.
mostly direction.
Yeah.
Where's our direction?
Yeah.
And but I realized the spirituality behind it, and that's when it started
the
putting
key.
me on a spiritual journey, not a religious journey. That's when I started going to Buddhist temple and all types of different religions, because that's where it started. Because I grew up in Kansas, the Bible Belt, like you, the South, and it just really. I knew there was something that was outside of religion that was bigger than religion.
And something inside of religion that was bigger than
Than
the
what they were
words.
showing.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You
And
were looking
so-
for that light.
So intuitives kind of opened that part of my life, which I was very grateful for, because it really put me on the journey that I really needed and wanted.
Right.
So, yeah.
I find really great psychics often don't tell you anything you don't already know.
Right.
They tell it to you in a way where you then sit back and go, wow, I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
That really has been me the whole time. And now I feel like I have this extra inspiration to step forward into my power and then harness that.
Yeah.
That's what they've always done for me. Well,
But-
good ones have.
And that's what I was going to say. Even as an intuitive getting a reading, I'm always being told what I already know, but you doubt it. You just doubt it when you get nervous. And so it's to let you know too that, okay, I'm good. I'm
And
good.
yeah, like I can believe it.
I mean, I've had many readings from both these guys
Yeah.
for the same thing.
So, which is interesting. So, when, as a reader myself, when someone's being a bold-faced, I mean, I'll say in a heartbeat,
Bitch.
you know, that's my inner voice. How
I
dare
was
you?
gonna use the A word.
Yeah.
So like, yeah,
Same thing.
either one, but it's
What-
Pick.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. All the same vibration. When someone's being just, their arms are crossed and all of that stuff, and they're just sitting there, prove it to me. I'm not here for that. I am here for the people who want an authentic connection and want to receive in a high way.
That's exactly
It's hard to
actually.
get the information when they're
It
shut
is.
off.
I actually
you know?
say that on my website as I advertise for people that I'm not Jami the Magic Genie from Pee Wee's Playhouse. And so
That's
if you need
funny.
me,
Really digging the references.
Yeah.
I like the references.
so people get that. But it's
I
like,
just see
you know,
somebody with a lantern under the
I'm like,
table.
this is what it is, so.
Hands above the table.
But it's so much more comfortable when people can understand that, like, oh, it's not just run of the mill, and there's just things. I think an honest psychic tells you when they can't read something
Yeah.
from
Right.
you,
Yeah.
and they'll just simply say, I'm not getting a hit on this, or there's nothing coming through about this right
And-
I'm
now.
having
and
trouble connecting
Or
with you.
I have trouble connecting, and
Yeah.
I actually discontinue calls if I have a problem.
yeah.
Talking to people
'Cause
in
that's-
a group fund.
That's
And so-
coming from your authentic self.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
coming from your true self. And it's not for the person across from us to take it personally.
No.
And it's not for us to take it personally either. It just is in that moment what it is.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and I'll sometimes refer them to someone else that I know because maybe Eli can get into their energy that I can't,
Right.
so it's not like I leave them high and dry and say, oh,
Oh,
sorry,
no,
I
no,
can't.
no, no.
Yeah, I had a man years ago who I read with, and he was a homeless man, and he was a drug addict. He was on the street, and
Which are
basi-
some of the most wise people
wise
I've
people in
ever
the
met.
world. Yeah,
Mhm.
and so verbatim, he told me everything that was going to unfold in my life and how it was going to be. Now, I suggested him to other people. Didn't have the same connection with those people who he read for. So they're like, why'd you suggest him? I was like, well, everything for me
Yeah.
fell
Dead
out.
on. Yeah.
So it
sometimes
depends
it's
on the
like finding your
vibration.
doctor.
Yeah.
It's just sometimes you just got to find that person that
Or
you
the
got the connection with.
hairstylist,
Yeah.
or,
Or the mechanic.
Gynecologist.
Yes.
The dentist.
Gynecologist.
Speaking of orifices.
Right. You don't want a wrong gynecologist.
No,
Not
you
when
don't.
you're going to the dentist.
No, it's a lie.
And we have a
So
caller.
just-
Welcome to Truth Be Told, the Naughty Psychic Cafe. You're here with Eli Bae and Jami Gibson. Can we get your name and your birth date?
Hello.
This is Casey Peary,
Hey, Casey.
March
Hi,
25th, 1990.
March
Oh.
March
Aries,
25th,
Aries.
1990.
Aries.
And so, Casey, what's your question for our intuitives today?
Oh, do I actually have to have a question?
So let me explain why. Because whenever a person calls and they're just saying, hi, this is my name and my birthday, and you leave it open, it's a little more nebulous, a little more general. It's still lovely. It's nice. But when you have a specific area or specific question, then they can go into the predictions, timeframes, futuristic events, and all the fun stuff that we like to go to psychics for.
Love,
Especially when
money,
we've got short
all that
time
stuff.
frame here.
Short time
Yeah.
frame. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
you have the same birthday as my father, actually.
What are good question ideas?
Oh, love, money, or career. Out of those three topics, love, money, and career, which is the area right now, Casey, that you have the most questions or concerns in?
Well, love. Let's do love.
Okay. And what's your
Okay.
specific question with love? Meaning, no, what's the specific question?
Am I going to be a single dog lady forever?
I wanted to say you have this feeling that you're just going to be lonely and depressed, and nobody else is going to come along. And
No, I mean
please,
it's
you
not
know,
depressing. I like dogs.
It feels. Yeah.
See, she looks at the good side.
She looks
of
at the good side.
For
It just felt
you.
depressing to me, but I don't know. But it's like, no, it's just one of those stop focusing on that. You have a couple of people who are like lingering
Yep.
around you.
Now.
So now, yeah.
Yeah.
And very close to her home. It's not far away, so your dating won't be too far.
Yeah.
Like from where you
It
are.
feels like it's like, within 2-3 miles.
Miles of where you are,
Yeah.
like somebody super close by.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, and and you jump in anytime you want to. I'm hearing somebody with an R, a B, or T sound in their name. If it's a men you date, it would be a RB. Well, it is because you said men. No, I said men or dogs. Wait, you said you like dogs. Okay, sorry. So RBT, so it'll be like a Robert, a Robbie, a Roberto, first name, last name, nickname, or middle name. There'll be an R, a B, or T sound, just so you know. That's a new person you've never met before. You can meet this person within 2 days, 2 weeks, 2 months, but it will not take longer than September of 2015 before you meet them. It's going to be a guy from the past is getting ready to pop back in.
Uh-oh.
And he's got, girl, just run. No, let him take you to dinner.
Not a good idea.
No, it's not. So this will be somebody with an M sound or CK.
and he had a lot
CS.
of sarcasm with him.
Yeah.
He had a very stinging sarcasm with you and was very biting.
Yeah, and which
one
is
point.
not
Not
a good
good.
thing when
Not
you
good.
don't have a ample sized talent.
No.
Right.
Do you go to dog parks with your dog? Because there's something this guy I'm getting. There's dogs, and it feels like you either pass him when you're walking, or you're at the dog park, or something like that. And he seems to be about 5'11", medium build, dark hair, brown or hazel eyes, and a little bit of facial hair sometimes.
But he's kind of playful, isn't he?
Well,
Yeah.
that's
Playful,
my
like
type,
playful.
but it
yeah.
No,
it's not good.
No, it's playful. He
Yeah,
comes
it's
through with
good
a lot
energy.
of playful energy.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to say, when things get started, when you do meet him at first, you may think, oh, nothing's going to go on here.
Yeah.
Don't write him off so soon, because like he said,
Have a
like
conversation.
Eddie said, there's something that brews and it actually takes
Yeah.
off around September, and that is very solid.
Yeah.
That even came up.
Yeah.
That even came up in a card I just pulled for you. That
Yeah.
was September. So
I love that.
Yeah.
So
that
there's
just confirmed it.
2 solid people coming in between now and September, and one from the past, which we're not going to count because he is trouble, girl.
Just
Yeah.
have dinner and walk away.
He's a manipulator.
He is a manipulator.
I didn't like him.
Yeah, and he's going to try to.
Did I hear get dinner and then walk away?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's right. But you know what? Get a doggy bag after dinner too.
Yeah.
Order the most expensive thing.
Go to
on
one
the
of those
menu.
places that they give you like a free meal after you order the first
Yeah.
one, so that you can get a twofer. Yeah, just work it out.
And at the very end of dinner, at the end of the dinner date, just like go talk to your hand, bitch. So you help him take care of business, Casey. And you've got surprising money coming to you too. And did you just get your hair cut, trimmed, or styled slightly different? Because if you didn't, you're getting ready to. And I can see you bobbing your head just a little bit, looking all cute and stuff, and attracting all kind of men folk to you.
I did actually just chop my hair off.
Yeah,
So.
Okay,
There you
girl,
go.
he's coming.
He's
You got yourself ready.
Yeah. And were you recently? I swear to God, I'm going to ask this question. I can't believe it. You're going to be like, "Bitch, please, I'll cut you." But were you recently like using your tweezers to pull hair or something out of your chin or on your face or your ear or something?
She will cut
No.
Okay.
She's like, I don't want anybody to know that. I'm not
I
gonna
know.
say yes.
Yeah,
Especially
she's
if
shaking
it's
her
the
head
guy.
yes, and she's saying no.
Especially if the guy we're telling her about is listening.
Yeah,
Listening.
yeah, that's right.
Right.
So you're gonna marry her.
That's like the most random question.
I
That's
know.
hilarious.
But listen,
Eddie is very random with his readings
I am.
sometimes.
Yeah, there'll be
Trust
weird
me.
stuff. I'm telling you right now, there's going to be a rogue hair growing on your face. and this will happen between now and the fall. And you're going to be like brushing your teeth. You'll be like, what
What
is
is
that?
this, Mr. Snuffleupagus?
Oh, my
But it's just like, you know. So,
And girl, and don't be all upset about it. Just put puka beads on it and keep going.
Beads.
Hey, where are you calling from?
that's ridiculous.
Casey, where are you calling from?
I'm from Kansas.
Oh,
there you go, Tony.
Actually, this is my niece.
Oh.
My lovely niece.
he Facebook messaged me to call. So
I was like calling
figured
because
would
I want to
call.
find out if you're going to get a man too.
I know.
You're totally going to get a man.
She does.
And you're too cute not to.
With the
Oh,
family and everything.
She's a cutie.
And you know what? You're really nice. You're kind of an old soul. We're not saying that because your damn uncle owns the station. But you're an old soul. You have a lot of good stuff in you. Oh, and when is she coming out to L.A.?
I hope soon. I've been trying to talk
I
her into
hope
coming out
so
forever.
too.
October.
She doesn't love her uncle.
Oh, I know
She
that
loves
feeling.
herself more.
That's right. That's right.
I love you. I'll just stay right here in Kansas and drive my Hummer.
Well-
Yeah, more like a Mustang, a shitty Mustang. Can I say that on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Even
you
if you
can
could, you
edit
did.
that out.
You just did. There you go. It's
That's right.
I like
It's
that.
gone.
That's fine.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Casey.
Thank you. You've
Thank
been
you.
you've been a pleasure.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye
Bye-bye.
now.
I saw her online. I'm like, she needs a man.
Oh.
I was like,
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
answer to everything.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
no,
No.
no, it's not.
And no, it ain't.
No.
So tell us, Eli, where can people find you?
I'm at elibae.com.
And that's ELIBAE.com.
And Eli Bae actually stands for Highest Inspirations, those two names together. So that's where
Oh,
that comes from. So
My name stands for Prosperous Friend.
there you go.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Jamie's name stands for Slow Down.
Oh, I bet you slow.
Oh.
Slow.
Yeah, he's driving me. I'm gonna cut you then.
Yeah.
Well,
Not while I'm driving.
I'm like, if we
Sherita in
could
the
see-
chat room
Yeah.
said, "Tell Eddie that I had a recurring hair on my chin. It might be me."
Yay! Thank you, Sherita. It was a
Wow,
psychic
good.
bleed through
It
moment.
was a cross reference.
Oh, we love you for sharing that with
Yeah.
us. Yay.
I thought that was funny.
Yeah. Where can we find you at, Miss Jamie?
I'm at readingsbyjami.com, and Jami is Jami.
I like how it ends with my.
Yeah.
Jamai.
Jamai.
Jama.
Readings by Jamai.
Jamai.
Jamai
Jamai.
and Eli.
Yes.
Yeah.
I kind of like doing
Well,
readings with you. We
I
got to do
know.
this.
I
I
think
think
that's
that's
fun.
You got a
This is
really
fun.
lovely ebb and flow. Don't you guys think?
I mean, we're
Yeah.
friends,
Yeah,
but
we're
I've never
friends.
done readings
Well,
with them
but-
before.
Yeah, we've never
This
done
is
that
fun.
before. So I'm
I
like,
think you should do
yay.
more
Yeah.
that more often.
yeah.
Yeah,
I'd
I'm
love
having
it.
fun.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
you're-
do. This is fun with you.
Yeah,
This is a
definitely.
good connection.
It really is.
When we get the momentum, we could just do a whole 2-hour block whenever the
Yeah.
phone lines are like going cray-cray. Okay,
Let's
okay?
do it.
Yeah.
Let's
Go
do
cool.
it. Heck
Let's do
yeah.
I'm used to
We'll get
doing
like
8-hour
4
blocks,
intuitives.
so it'll be good.
Yeah, we'll get like 3-4 people in here and we'll just rock it out.
Mm-hmm.
Let's
Oh,
do it. Let's mark it on the calendar.
Yeah. Any last question before we close that you have?
Are we going to do a
Tony Tone.
Unlock the Universe?
Nah.
What is that?
Oh, he's scared.
What?
No, I said what?
He's like, what is that?
No, what is
What is that?
I know. He's like, what are they going to do to me?
Did you wear clean underwear?
I have one clean draws. Yes.
They just a draw.
Well, my question is for the people out there that not just wanting to get a hold of you, for the people that are interested in intuitive psychic mediums, but they're still have that hesitate or fear of it.
Mm-hmm.
Can I give them a little going away advice of calming that nerve?
What did Lisa Williams say?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Does it always feel like you're making it up?
Oh.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Every
That is what
single
she said.
time.
Yeah.
And you just got to trust it and go. Just trust it.
And that's what I was going to add to the real thing is if you may say go right, go left, don't get hit by the truck. We all have a little bit of intuition in us. So if we're hearing something that doesn't resonate with us, just listen to the bells and whistles. If you listen to your bells and whistles, you could save yourself in relationships, bad jobs, all of the above. Just listen to the bells and whistles inside of you.
Yeah. And one
So
more thing.
perfect.
You can change your reading anytime.
Yes, you
If
can.
you don't like what we say, you got the information of what's coming. You have the choice to do something different.
And-
That's the great thing about a reading.
And the reason for that is every person we read for has free will.
Yes.
And so we change our minds faster than we change our drawers.
Yes.
And so we can be feeling two distinctly different opposing feelings, beliefs, attitudes, or emotion about love, about money, and about career.
Yeah.
So a lot of people are stuck in those 3 areas. So when we read you in that moment, what we're getting is based on that moment. And but if you don't like what you get, you literally have the power, the free will to keep amplifying it up and
Yeah.
change it.
Yep. Yep. And
There
that's the
are,
great
I do
thing.
have to say, there are some things that I've come across where people, if something's meant for you, it will happen.
Right.
And the thing that I get with that is some people may want to put off because sometimes people are afraid of their own greatness.
True.
And so they'll stop it. And they'll be in the midst of their greatness and they'll stop
Hello.
it. And so,
Hey!
No.
so
that's me.
my favorite,
Yes, him too.
my favorite phase
me
with
rub my
certain
lamp.
people sometimes, I'll say it to people sometimes. I'll just say, you can do this 2 weeks from now, or you can wait 7 years from now, but it's still going to happen because it's meant for you.
Mm-hmm.
So you can try, but
Oh
I
my
used
God.
to deny it. And I know that greatness is ahead. I really do.
Yeah.
yeah.
And Jody, if you're listening, I'm just saying, put down the pie. It could happen right now.
What kind of pie might take it over?
It doesn't matter. It rhymes with thigh. Put it down.
Oh.
Yeah, I know because I had one today.
A whole pie?
Bitch. It was a
Yes.
single serving. Yes, it was whole. But it was a single serving pie. The little
It was a
ones.
whole
But
pie.
it was a
was-
whole little pie.
It was.
Yes.
It was a
Yeah.
small.
It was a whole
Was
pie.
it
Say
It
it
was
with
whole.
me. It was a
Whole
single
pie.
serving.
Pie.
whole
Single serving
Kill him,
pie.
Mike.
Okay.
Yes.
A single serving
Whole
pie.
pie.
Thank you.
The ones from McDonald's.
That's all like,
The ones from McDonald's.
Oh.
Those ones, like the cherry pies
Oh,
and apple pies.
Yeah, but it was in a
His
little.
was round.
It was the
Oh.
little bitty ones. It could fit in the palm of my hand.
Nice, scrumptious.
But I did have me a ding dong.
Ice cream pie.
No, a
ice cream
a
sandwich.
ding dong ice cream sandwich.
Yes, they have those
after
now.
the pie?
No.
Yes, with it.
This was a different day. It just made me think.
I'm
of
just
it.
laughing that he put ding dong and ice
Have
cream
you
in the
seen
same
it?
sentence.
No,
but
no,
go-
no, no.
It's
Carl's
like we
Jr.
go.
Oh,
like
they have
Carl's
it.
Jr.
Carl's
Wow.
Jr. has it.
Yeah.
I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so I had a natural burger. It's no,
So
it's-
he was
yeah,
good
They
for
are
a
so
moment.
good with no bread.
With
It was
no-
the
yeah.
protein.
Oh,
The
but
style.
the bread
protein-
is good.
Oh, with the
The low
lettuce.
carb,
Yeah, just the lettuce.
the low carb style.
Yes.
And then he got the
yes.
ding dong
You
ice
got the
cream
ding dong ice cream.
You gotta include that ding dong.
instead of the bread.
With Eddie, you sure do.
Yeah, because I'm such a high-profile ding dong.
Ding dong with cream.
Oh.
Oh, we
Well,
love
I finally
Eddie.
did get a ding dong.
Ooh,
Okay,
now
so-
we're taking
Making
another
me
turn.
sweat.
So we can find you at readingsbyjami.com,
Yes.
Jami, and
Correct.
elibae.com, ELINBAE.com. And we'll have to do this again. I like
That was
the
fun.
naughties.
The
I
nachos.
do.
I really
That
do. It
was
feels
fun.
good.
That was
Yeah.
even better than the margaritas.
You know what?
What if we added margaritas to the
Oh my
naughties?
god!
I don't
then
think
then
we
it
could-
would get nasty.
It would be fun.
They'd have to go to the raunchy psychic salon.
We can try it.
No.
He's like, no, no.
And by the way, this is tame. I know these people.
Yeah, this is
Right.
very tame.
This is tame. Okay.
It is very tame.
So we thank you guys for tuning into the Naughty Psychic Cafe.
It was great.
It was
Thank
fun.
you.
I truly
All
enjoyed
right,
it.
well,
Thanks
go
for
to
having-
truthbetoldwebtv.com. Check out all the upcoming guests. And if you missed this show or tuned in halfway through, you can always watch it on YouTube, listen to it on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, and all those places. So make sure you guys check us out. We really appreciate it.
And thanks for listening because we just found out our ranking on
Yeah,
Stitcher,
on
which
Stitcher,
is crazy.
You guys are really helping us grow, and we want to thank you guys for that, for tuning in, and
Good.
please spread the words. And if you want to request a guest, please go to truthbetoldwebtv.com. I can't ever think of that one. No.
I'm
All
Eddie
right,
Connor.
we're out of here. I'm Tony Sweet.
Eddie Connor.
Jami Gibson.
Eli Bae.
Jacob Cabral.
And Ghost from the Other side.
That's
Yes.
right.
Yes.
We're out of here. Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.